Tonight, I'm going to tell you a story about a boy who fell in love with speed, metal, and impossible dreams. Long before the world knew the name Ferrari, there was only a boy named Enzo, growing up in Modena, Italy, where the sound of hammering metal rang through the air like music. His father worked with iron. Their family lived close to the workshop, and from the time Enzo was small, he was surrounded by the clang of tools, the heat of furnaces, and the stubborn beauty of things made by hand. Iron was not soft. Steel did not forgive mistakes. To shape metal, you needed patience, skill, and strength. Those lessons settled deep inside him. When Enzo was 10 years old, his father took him to see an automobile race. That day changed everything. The roar of engines, the blur of wheels, the danger, the courage, the feeling that human beings could build something faster than fear itself. It lit a spark in him, and once that spark was lit, it never went out. Enzo was not the kind of boy who loved school. He was restless there. Books could not hold him the way machines could. He did not dream of neat classrooms or quiet jobs. He wanted to work. He wanted to build. He wanted to be close to engines. But life did not unfold gently for him. When Enzo was still a teenager, tragedy came crashing into his family. His father died. Then his older brother died too. Two terrible losses, one after another. Their family business collapsed. The future that had once felt solid suddenly cracked beneath his feet. Almost at once, Enzo was pulled into the army. Then he became badly ill. Then he was sent home. By the time he was young and supposed to be stepping into life, it felt as if life had already pushed him to the ground. He had little money, little certainty, and very little time to feel sorry for himself. His mother depended on him now. So Enzo did what many brave people do when the world turns cold. He kept moving. He went looking for work in the automobile world, the world that had captured his heart. He tried to get a job at Fiat, one of the biggest car companies in Italy. They rejected him. For a moment, the blow was almost too much. He sat on a bench and cried. That was a real moment in his life, a moment of pain, a moment when someone could have decided, maybe I am not good enough. Maybe the dream belongs to someone else. But Enzo made a different choice. He stood up. And instead of giving up, he carried that rejection with him like a burning coal. One day, he promised himself, he would prove them wrong. He found work at a much smaller company called CMN. The company did not have much money. Sometimes Enzo had to drive race cars to the tracks himself because there was no easy way to transport them. It was hard work. Risky work. Once, while driving through terrible weather in the mountains, he and another man found themselves stranded and in danger. But even that did not scare him away from the industry he loved. He had found his path, and once he found it, he refused to leave it. Enzo became a test driver, then a racing driver, then a man who understood something important about himself. He liked racing, but he loved the machine even more. He was not meant to be the greatest driver in the world. Deep down, he knew that. He hated abusing an engine just to squeeze out a little more speed. He could not bear the thought of ruining the very thing he admired. So while others were focused only on driving faster, Enzo began to watch something else. How the cars were built, how the teams were organized, how talent worked, how winning was created. That changed everything. When he joined Alfa Romeo, a more famous car company, his world began to grow. He raced for them, yes, but he also sold cars, built relationships, managed work, and learned how to bring people together. He rose before sunrise. He traveled. He met customers. He checked workshops. He solved problems. He built trust. Day after day, week after week, he worked with extraordinary intensity. Enzo was learning that success was not only about having talent yourself. It was also about seeing talent in others. It was about pushing people towards something greater. It was about creating belief. Soon he started his own racing team, Scuderia Ferrari. He had no giant fortune, no easy road, no perfect plan waiting for him. What he had was something more powerful. He had hunger. He had discipline. He had a fierce belief that his name could stand for excellence. For a while, things went well. He built teams, organized drivers, created momentum. His name began to matter in racing circles. But life, once again, was not simple. Business deals shifted. Control changed hands. His role shrank. At one point, the Ferrari name disappeared from the team he had built. Imagine that. To give years of your life to something, and then watch your own name vanish from it. Many people would have broken. Enzo did not. He left. He began again. Then came war. The years of World War II interrupted everything. Factories had to change. Materials were scarce. Europe was battered and exhausted. Even after the war ended, the world was still broken in many places. And yet, out of all that ruin, Enzo Ferrari began building the company that would make him legendary. Not when he was a young man with endless time ahead of him. Not when everything was easy. Not when the world was welcoming. He was almost 50 years old. That matters, because sometimes people think great dreams must happen early, or they are lost forever. Enzo's life said otherwise. In 1947, the Ferrari the world remembers, was finally born. And even then, it was not easy. Post-war Italy was full of shortages. Electricity was unreliable. Fuel was scarce. Manpower was limited. Building even one remarkable car was a mountain to climb. But Enzo did not want to build something ordinary. He wanted to build something outstanding. He wanted a machine that carried power like a heartbeat. A machine that felt alive. A machine worthy of the name Ferrari. He was obsessed with engines, not just interested, obsessed. To Enzo, a car was not merely metal and bolts. It was a creation, something with breath, spirit, and character. He spoke of his cars almost as if they were living beings. In his small factory, highly skilled workers shaped crankshafts by hand. Engines gleamed like sculptures. Parts were made with extraordinary care. This was not mass production on a giant scale. This was craft, precision, art joined with engineering. Other companies made thousands and thousands of cars. Ferrari made something rarer, something desired. Enzo knew he was not simply selling transportation. He was selling a dream. And he understood a strange truth. People often want something more when it is difficult to obtain. So he kept production low. He made buyers wait. He carefully protected the mystery around his cars and around himself. He wore dark glasses. He revealed little. He invited only a few people close. The result was powerful. The Ferrari name began to grow into more than a company. It became a symbol of speed, of beauty, of risk, of prestige. But behind that growing legend was a hard, demanding man. Enzo pushed people relentlessly. He could be harsh. He could be stubborn. He could be difficult and controlling. He expected excellence and had little patience for weakness. That truth should not be hidden. He was not a gentle hero from a fairy tale. He was a human being with sharp edges. He drove people hard because he believed winning mattered more than comfort. Sometimes that made him great. Sometimes it made him feared. Sometimes it cost him dearly. And racing itself was dangerous. Terribly dangerous. Drivers died. Spectators died. Friends were lost. The sport Enzo loved was filled with glory and grief. Yet he still believed that racing revealed something deep about human beings. The desire to test limits, to strive, to reach beyond what seems safe and ordinary. To him, competition forced improvement. Losing taught lessons. Winning proved what was possible. And through decade after decade, he kept showing up. That may have been his greatest strength of all. Not just brilliance, not just ambition, persistence. The kind that does not disappear when life becomes unfair. The kind that works through sorrow. The kind that wakes before dawn, returns after dark, and begins again the next morning. Enzo poured everything back into Ferrari: time, energy, money, thought, emotion. While others might have chased comfort, he chased mastery. While others looked backward to celebrate old victories, Enzo kept his eyes on the next race, the next engine, the next car. His favorite victory always seemed to be the one still ahead. His favorite car was the one he had not yet built. That is a remarkable way to live. Not because it is easy, but because it keeps a person growing. Over time, Ferrari became famous across the world. Wealthy people wanted the cars. Famous people wanted the cars. Drivers dreamed of racing them. The name itself carried a kind of electricity. And still, Enzo remained in Modena and Maranello, close to the place where it had all begun. He did not become great by living a soft life. He became great by giving himself fully to one mission. Even in old age, he kept working. He did not drift away into comfort. He did not treat the past like a warm chair to sit in. He kept going until he was too weak to continue. That old spark from childhood, the one lit at a race beside his father, stayed alive for nearly 80 years. That is extraordinary. And that is why the story of Enzo Ferrari is not really just about fast cars. It is about devotion. It is about what can happen when a person discovers the thing they are meant to chase and refuses to let go. It is about getting rejected and still moving forward. It is about beginning again after loss. It is about working through hardship, through doubt, through setbacks, through years when the dream still feels unfinished. Enzo Ferrari was not perfect, far from it, but he was fiercely committed. He teaches us that sometimes the world does not open the door for you. Sometimes it shuts the door in your face. And when that happens, you have a choice. You can sit in defeat. Or you can rise, carry the lesson with you, and build something the world cannot ignore. That was Enzo's way. He built not only cars, but a name that carried his spirit. A name shaped by discipline, by pride, by patience, by relentless effort, by the refusal to quit. And that's why, even when life feels unfair, even when others say no, even when the road ahead looks steep and uncertain, your story may still be only beginning.